Right, we're here with film star Donna Wilson today. Welcome, Donna. Thank you for doing the interview. First up, tell us a bit about yourself, about your past, where you're from, whatnot.
You might not want to know about my past. 27 years old, plus 22, 49 years old, originally from the UK, lived in Australia since 77, married, 3 stepkids, 2 grandkids.
You have grandkids? I didn't know that.
I know, it's surprising.
You're nowhere near old enough to be a grandma. Where were you from in England?
Kent.
Kent. Be careful what you say here. And how old were you when you moved to Australia?
11.
Do you remember much about it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, we lived in Germany for 3 years.
That's pretty cool.
Singapore for 1 year, and England for 7.
Cool. So you were born in Germany?
No, born in the UK, went to Germany when I was 8, so I was 11.
That's
moved
cool.
to Australia.
How and why did you get into CrossFit?
Kind of stumbled across it. A friend was at a beautician and there were some brochures for a CrossFit box.
Beck, is it? Was it Beck that was the friend?
That was Vanessa.
You were cheating on Beck? Or was it the same beautician?
I've never been with Beck. Okay, it was a beautician in Rowan, and she had some brochures for a box, so a friend and I decided to try it out. Went in thinking we owned it because we used to work out 10 times a week and we got slaughtered just doing air squats, I remember, and push-ups. Went back a week later, did the first one, which was 400 metres walking lunges, and didn't go back for 2 months. Probably because I couldn't walk for 2 months. But
what made you want to go back?
Just because it was something different, and it was a hot topic.
And did it take a while for you to feel like, were you just going back out of necessity, or did you feel like you enjoyed it pretty early on?
No, hated it.
Hated it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was hard.
What made you start enjoying it? Or you might still not enjoy it, but I think you do.
I do now. I think back then it's more about the challenge and stepping out of your comfort zone. But I think anyone who starts from scratch probably takes a good 6 months to feel comfortable.
Yeah.
With walking in and not knowing what watts are and what you're up for that day.
And not being sore, I guess, too. It takes a long time not being.
3 years later,
yeah, still in a lot of pain.
Still sore.
Yeah. So at the moment, you've been making a lot of progress lately. What are some of your biggest goals at the moment?
The only goal I've had consistently for 3 years is to get a freaking pull-up.
You have?
Yeah, but I'd like to get them consistently. So I got 3 last night, not together, but 3. So I've got 4 weeks for Joe and I to get 30 out between us.
We'll do that 10 more times this week.
Yeah, it's an AMRAP for 10 minutes. We might be a while. But that's always been my goal, so I could actually retire if I got consistent pull-ups. But
I better stop teaching them to you then.
Yeah, true.
If you're going to start.
Retire too early.
Yeah.
But double unders is another one, and that's something I just haven't mastered. But overhead squat is just something I've liked.
They seem to be movements that, because I spend a lot of time training here, they seem to be movements that are frustrating to you. Is that something that, have you thought about that?
Yeah, for me, a lot of it's the mental side. So I'll get the shits if I can't do something, and like double unders I haven't practiced for months because they piss me off. Yeah. Whereas I know with other things I practice and then I get better at them. So it's just to really stop being such a baby.
Working towards those goals, what keeps you motivated to them? And apparently you're not allowed to say shoes, but I know it does. Shoes. Same shoes, same Z's.
I just think, week by week, if you get a PB here or there, just motivates you to keep trying and just keep lifting the bar and moving on to different, kinds of movements. It's easy to say I want to get better at a movement that you're okay at. There's working on the ones that you're not, doesn't come as naturally.
Yeah, I guess working on your weaknesses is what makes it such a hard thing, doesn't it? For you, it's becoming there's less and less things you're weaker at the further we get along.
True.
And do you think that's what helps to keep you motivated?
I think it does. It's still a big mental game. I've had, the first half of this week was a crap training week when I was going to take up Zumba again and quit CrossFit. But so Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday were pretty bad, and then Thursday, Friday sort of came back a bit. Yeah. And then I did a run this morning. I didn't get a PB, and I was just sort of go out expecting to get a PB every week, so I've got the shits because I didn't get a PB. But I guess you just got to be realistic, right?
Is that something you've learned with a bit more experience. It's not always going to be, you're not always going to get stronger or better.
Nearly 50 years old, I need to learn soon. No, I do, I understand it, but it doesn't make it any easier to deal with.
Yeah, and a lot of the time I think for you is other factors as well. Because as we know, you're a pretty busy person, like you have a pretty full-on Facebook job and a second income somewhere.
I work for Mark Zuckerberg.
Jokes aside, what is your least favourite, most favourite movement, workout?
So in terms of workouts, and people may be surprised by this, because like Filthy 50 is one of my favourites. I like the long chippers that you can sort of just get stuck into. I don't like the short 5 minute or 3 minute, 5 minute workouts that are over. And maybe that will change as I build up endurance, but right now I prefer the longer ones.
What like? So you don't like ones like freeing and?
No.
What about movements? Least and most favourite?
I like doing handstand push-ups, and I'm learning on those, only because I guess there's the fun element of those, because everyone wants to be able to do them.
Yeah.
Not everyone can.
Yeah.
Wall balls used to be my least favourite, but I think my technique's getting slightly better. I'm not saying I like them, but I like them better than I did.
Yeah. What going on about things that you like? You obviously love CrossFit Narellan.
Oh, absolutely.
What is it that you like about it? What do you think? Because you've been to a couple of different gyms now.
Yeah, only 2.
3.
No, this is my 3rd.
Yeah. So what is it that's different and what do you like about
it? Each one I've been a member of, I guess, serves a different purpose. So the first one for me, as much as I didn't like it when I left, I guess when I started, it suited my purpose, and that was starting out doing CrossFit. The second one I had no choice but to go to, but there's a tendency to focus on the elite. And everyone else sort of, not gets pushed to one side, but you know, there's more focus with other people, whereas here the focus is on everyone. And I guess people are encouraged no matter what their capabilities, so.
Cool.
And the coaches are great.
Especially Russ.
Yeah, especially Russ, and great atmosphere. And look, I think it sounds wanky, but the community here is way different than the other 2 I've been a member of.
We like to have fun, don't we?
Yeah.
I know what it is, but what do you think is your biggest achievement? Personally, for me, like watching you train, I think it's the mental side of things. When you first came here, you were a massive pussy. You'd say no to a lot of things. I'm always honest. I'm always honest.
Yeah, true.
You say no. You used to say no to a lot of things, have a shit attitude towards them. Now you've changed big time. You're a yes man now. You're like Jim Carrey in that movie, Yes Man.
Spoken about that.
No, I'm the honest one. You can be the yes man. But what do you think is your biggest achievement?
Well, I guess 2 things. So mental side is I still have issues. I guess now I'll argue or try and negotiate things. I know what the answer is.
Doesn't usually work too often.
But I still do it, right? So I just got to get it out of my system, and then I still do it anyway. And then the other side for me is a physical one, and that's around weight loss. So when I started here in October last year, I was a fatty boomba. Still haven't been. And so over the course, actually I didn't start losing weight until this year, so February. So this year I've lost 14 kilos and 47 centimetres, and it's made a huge difference in my training. So there's things that I struggled with big time a few months ago where I might not have perfected them yet, but I'm getting better at them, and the weight loss has been a big contributor.
What do you think changed to make everything change?
I think it's just being comfortable in the environment and enjoying the training. It wasn't a chore. Like, some people train because they have to, and I guess just to, maintain that balance, but I'd still train anyway.
Yeah.
And you need to open Sundays so we can train Sundays.
I'm closing Sunday, so you actually rest for a day, but I know you don't anyway.
I go to church on Sundays.
So you go to church. It's an Ice Cube song. And the most burning question, what's with the not sending friend requests?
Because it's a rule.
Because you sent me one.
Actually, no, I didn't.
You did send me one.
No. Just for the record, the only person at CrossFit Narellan I've sent a friend request to is Jay, and that's because he stole my phone.
You sent me one.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, and I can prove it.
You cannot. You're not going to go through a year and a half of Facebook notifications.
I don't need to.
No.
Because I googled it, and there's a way to find out.
You requested me.
I would swear on someone's life. I swear to God, I didn't. You know it.
No.
For the record, we'll prove it. I'll go into your phone.
You approached me. I didn't
No,
say,
you
Donna,
wanted me
please
to
come
be
to
a
my gym.
member.
I didn't say, please come to my gym.
No, that was a smart business move. It was step one of you getting me to your gym.
And just
is
a
making
friend.
friends. Exactly.
So why don't you didn't answer the question though?
Why don't I? I
Yeah.
just don't.
Why?
I'll follow people on Instagram, but I don't send friend
Because
requests.
you'd rather be a follower
Yeah.
than a friend.
I've made the rule and I can't break it.
It's a question you've told
Unless
everyone.
you're rich, friend.
Everyone knows now.
Or can't order.
Alright. So we found out a little bit more about Donna. Who do you think should go next, Donna? You get to nominate the next person. They have to agree to it, obviously, but you get to nominate.
Mel.
You want Mel?
Yeah, I want Mel.
Do you want to do an interview too, or do you just want to?
Both.
Done.